Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Global Qualifiers, guys. World Championship Global Qualifiers, to be more precise. But we have Polt already doing something a little bit different. Some payback in order, perhaps. So spawning in the southern location of the map, we have CM Storm's Polt.
In the top position as the Blue Terran, it's Major.
Now, this one's a little more interesting, because I thought it was going to be an 888 for Reapers, but goes for the extra SCV? Yeah.
899?
I mean, it can still work. It's not like the times are completely screwed by this, but this is interesting to me because we don't really see Polt play too cheesy unless he's trolling around, and it does happen from time to time. We also don't see him play outside of his comfort zone. Classically speaking, through the last IEM qualifiers, he played versus Xenocider several times, and we saw the same builds every single time. Same thing happened with Red Bull. So for Polt to do this, I'm not sure if this is revenge, if this is payback, or if this is him intelligently deciding how to get ahead. Either way, I like it.
It's really still, I mean, obviously that game, ooh. Okay, T-Rex version. Cool.
This feels like a troll because we've seen him do this to lesser players, but he's actually trying to pull this off versus Major.
Yeah, this is what I used to do against Zerg back when it was first, like, Hardest Form was first out. It was dirty.
I want to remind everybody, there's no losers bracket to this tournament. This is not like a classic IEM qualifier. It's simply best of threes to the end, with two best of fives to determine the semifinals, to determine the two players who make it through the bracket. But Major, oh, is he going to scout this? He is going to see this zombie grub.
Okay.
Oh,
no. Oh, no.
Okay, well, he was. The green dot was rallied on it. That's his bad, I guess.
Oh, that is... Okay, the thing is that even if he scouted it, like, what does he do different, right? Like, he's still got to build more Marines, and they're not going to find a great position to stop the Reapers in its tracks, because Van Nuys still has a pretty good Reaper map. But if he makes the decision to put something on that factory instead of building a Hellion right away, then that's the big difference.
Oh, man. SCV just trying to fire the Marine. I mean, Polt's playing this really smart, too. He's waiting. This is like a predator waiting to pounce on his prey. He doesn't want to go in too soon and scare it off. He wants to be able to come in with the full force of these Reapers and get a couple kills. Now, he will maybe lose one of his Reapers, and in most normal circumstances, that's a bad thing. But in doing so, he keeps the SCV alive to get a bunker down, of all things. So, this may just work out for him. He obviously wants to die for the Reaper, but, oh, he's going to lose the SCV.
Okay, that's big. That's big. A Marine and another Hellion are out. He'd have to cancel the tech lab. The medevac, or a star part, won't be able to build anything too helpful. I mean, maybe he'll squeak out like a Viking, but he's obviously very low on minerals, having to pull SCVs.
Yeah, I mean, the SCV count is still higher for Major, of course, but that bunker going down kind of sucks. If it was a little bit further south, he may have even had high ground vision to re-engage with the Reapers, but if he goes up into that Hellion, it's a gamble for both players. On one hand, Major's trying to pre-predict where the Reapers come from and engage, but at the same time, Polt doesn't want to walk into a Hellion like this because the fire damage is a little too good. The splash damage is huge. He's lined up in a very bad way. I can't believe he escaped that engagement.
Oh, that was dangerous, yeah. I think Major was thinking that he had already done, you know, what he needed to do. Got a little bit confident, wasn't going to build a second Hellion, trying to go up to those cloaked Banshees. Realizes maybe that's not how he wants to play. Gets another Hellion, holds off on the Banshee for now, but is investing in Cloak.
Polt, on the other hand, does go for a faster command center, and I don't know if there's a real way to make this pay off greatly for him, but the Reapers are pretty much donezos at this point.
Hellion.
But the rest of his Reapers are too low. He's trying to engage with two more. He's bleeding these out. Ooh, so badly.
It's close. Okay, the Banshee's on its way. Another Hellion is on its way. But he has gotten rid of everything that's, you know, willing to attack. That Hellion is too scared.
Ooh, dives for the Hellion through the SCVs. He actually kills that last Hellion. A Marine pops out. As you said, new ones are on the way, but for Polt, let's say he kills a lot of SCVs here, and let's say the Banshee stays at home to clean this up. Does he still get time to get anti-air at home? An engineering base on the way, but even a missile turret doesn't stop a Banshee all the time. There's always those hold position spots, the really sick, alive turret placements. I mean, I don't know how this could go, but the Banshee's not going to stay home.
Yeah, I like that choice a lot. It's going to see where the Rags are. If there are Reapers popping out, maybe it gets one for free, but it's going to make a beeline to the other side of the base, and it won't hit before a missile turret's done. I think Polt can invest in one right now. But the missile turrets are in odd positions.
These
Very
are
odd positions.
No, these are the alive turrets, but you know, three of them, so it actually works out.
The triangle makes more sense. I was about to say, if you didn't put one in the bottom right, it would be so bad.
It's the Illuminati.
You know, that Banshee had gone directly to the bottom right, would have been able to keep that hole open. In fact, goes for the middle one.
Ooh.
Barely gets it, but I would have preferred the bottom right.
Oh man, someone on my street is barbecuing corn or something. It smells delicious. But luckily, there's not a lot of SCVs to actually pick off here at the natural, so barely gets the turret done. That's fantastic. Hellions rushing across the map. Those Reapers have got to come home to defend. They're actually sitting at the watchtower, so the Banshee's a bit of a threat right now. 2 Hellions can kill a lot of SCVs.
Recall that Major is not yet put down a command center. Looks like he's going to right now. Can't really find a sweet spot. The missile turret coverage is perfect.
I'd say Polt could probably lose about 7+ SCVs and still be okay with that CC. Mules will go a long way.
He's already down by 4, though.
Yeah, here comes the Hellions, though. You might just be able to hold this. Both players have lost equivalent SCVs at this point. Viking cleans up the Banshee, and Polt finds himself in a pretty manageable spot in this game. In fact, I would dare, not quite massively ahead, but he is a little bit ahead of his opponent, I'd say. Major doesn't have a lot going for him. He's oversaturated on one base. His command center is still constructing, whereas Polt's already got mules dropping.
See if this game takes off from here.
I think at this point, if this goes long, it's going to even out eventually. There just really wasn't that much devastation done through either player's attacks. They were kind of just like okay attacks.
Well, they're both just on, you know, units that aren't very helpful right now. There's not a ton of Marines. Reapers are only so helpful. Hellions can be good, especially if he goes into mech, which he very well might. Tech lab on the barracks, maybe not.
I feel like this map, though, it's not as manageable for mech. One of the nice things for Major last game was, A, he baited Polt into attacking into a very bad position up a ramp. But there's also a lot of positions like that to play on Overgrowth. Whereas on Vanny, Vanai, it's not really the same. So Stimpack starts up, and I agree with this choice. And side note... Oh, sorry.
Ahead.
No, you first met him.
It looks like he's going for the double tank drop, but he doesn't have that many Marines to help out with it.
Yeah, two tanks and 8 Marines is really nice, but not if you don't have the 8 Marines.
Oh, you missed. There you go.
Nice. He's almost got enough to make this work.
Just barely does.
Ooh, okay. Reapers in the middle of the map, very badly lined up this shot. And this, I don't know if this is gonna work for Polt. Can he even break the tanks when they come? It's not like he has his own Banshee.
Yeah, a lot of like there was a time where Polt was up to like 600 minerals. The late production otherwise would be, you know, whatever. Like it's here now, so who cares? But it's actually such a timing that Major could really do something. How few units Polt has.
Well, he's going to load in the natural. And actually, this is probably not that threatening of a spot. A lot of the time, the tanks become threatening because they're on top of the production. As we see, Polt can just kind of pick up, and it loses a refinery and a turret at most. This is really not that devastating.
Oh, no!
Ooh. Well, the Viking goes down, and that sucks. He can't pick off the medevacs, but he picked off the Ravens, so still kind of value for it. However, this is still going to be a really hard defense because there's no easy way to break those tanks.
Yeah. It's easier now that there aren't 4 auto turrets, but it just, you know, Polt didn't really have an army to begin with. It's finally producing, but it took a long time.
And both players have stim at similar timings too, so there's no charging into one another. His best bet might just be to try and catch the medevacs on the way out or when they're out of position slightly, but Polt not actually going to try and transfer to another base. He's just going to land it for the time being, a mine out 1, and it's not going to go well for him. But at the same time, this is his lead kind of dissipating now. His economy lead, that is. So he's down in workers. Major's got that second base up. He's mining more efficiently right now.
Major's ahead in every single way.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no tech advantage. There's barely an upgrade advantage, but the army supply. It's starting to get back up.
Okay, he's just gonna go full on attack. This is actually a pretty smart move for Polt, assuming Major has nothing else coming. But Major does have something else coming. Widowmine gets a pretty nice shot off on the tanks.
If Major stops rallying, he'll have enough to deal with 1 medevac's worth of Marines. But so far, he is rallying. And supply blocks.
Well, Polt's still in trouble because even if he puts all of his attention and all of his focus here on the left side of the map, there's still this attack that could go through the main.
This is dangerous, but both players get Marines in their natural.
Well, damage getting done for Polt's looking a little bit more uncleanupable. That's not a good word.
It's not no, it's not. Good
but
English.
Combat shields goes a long way when you're fighting Marine versus Marine. And Major doesn't have combat shields for this attack, so Polt's got a huge advantage with the bio. But it's the tanks.
The Marines are being cleaned up finally, but they killed a lot of workers. Still, Polt below, down by 5.
Worker
And
kill
competence
counts so
is
similar.
finishing up.
Yeah, that advantage kind of dissipating. Polt had the +1 weapons. Polt had the major upgrade through the major upgrade through the combat shields. But can he break this tank line? This is going to be a really big deal as he stims in. Corpses go flying everywhere. The tank was low from that one-mine shot earlier. It looks like he will hold this third base location, but at the same time, Major pushes the main with those Marines. Major comes in, still doesn't have combat shields. Polt could certainly take the Marine fight, but can he kill those 2 tanks? I think if he kills the Marines and lands, it picks up and drops in the tanks, maybe? I mean, it's still hard. Look at the damage he's taking, but this is hard to deal with. Gonna lose a Rax entirely. Engineering Bay could go down. Yikes.
It's not looking good for Polt, man. He's down by 13 workers. He's gonna lose a chunk of the Marines here. Actually, he decides to unsiege the tanks.
Oh.
Not the best idea.
Well, still, Major did a lot of damage in this attack. He's also pulled Polt out to a much more exposed natural base. So it's going to be a lot easier for him to continue pressuring this as time goes on.
Polt is... He's going to die in IEM qualifier to get another North American Terran.
I know, Polt's... I don't know what's happened. Did he just start focusing on school again? I mean, the last few times we've seen him, he's not been the crazy god we knew him to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Polt's still better than like 98% of StarCraft 2 players, period. But, I mean, it's... I don't know, not the same.
It's no longer God mode, and his TVT is looking like his worst.
He's like Hercules, weakness. You know? He's a minor deity.
Yeah, now he's not Zeus anymore.
Demigod.
Yeah, exactly.
But looks like a base trade might be the best option here for Polt. Sadly, I think Major's got enough at home to hold.
Looks like it.
If Polt had any amount of tanks with this, maybe it's different, but it's Marines versus Marines on even upgrades, even combat, shields, even tech.
Bringing the SCVs in on the action too is going to really just get rid of that SCV count. But more medevacs for Polt.
This is the tank.
Winning out slightly. He's going to get
tank,
the CC. Focuses it.
Even if he gets the CC, he's lost his main. He's lost. This is all in.
It's all in for both players, but now it's looking like Polt might have a better defense.
You know, yeah, he actually just walks around the tanks, so screw it. Meanwhile, back at home, a siege tank should stop the advance of Major, and he's still mining, whereas Major's not. So there's that very big difference. But Polt loses a huge blood splatter worth of Marines to that tank shot.
This has suddenly gone in favor of Polt. He's now up in workers, and he's only like 1 army slide down.
You know, I think at this point, it kind of comes down to who can throw more. It sounds silly to phrase it like that, because it's really not going to become advantageous positioning. Nobody's got a tank line. Nobody's really got good production right now. They're on fairly even army count. Polt is down in upgrades, which means the Marine fights will distinctly go in the favor of Major.
Oh,
but again,
oh my god, don't catch the medevacs. Oh my god, the boost has already been used. Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about, the throws! Oh, that's pretty hard. But he's still got a lot of Marines reinforcing this, so continues to chase Major back. Major's forces are split as his are down here to the south. He might turn around and get some medevacs. No, it looks like Major's going to pull back, but stim for stim, he can't quite catch those units, and oh, that was pretty harsh for Polt, because he did lose the 2 medevacs that had any units in them, too. Like, that's what really sucks. 4 medevacs and 50-50 chance to lose the good ones, and he lost the good ones.
Yeah, that does really suck. Polt's still up in army supply, but as you said, like, it's just being... There's little packs of units everywhere, and it's just coming down to who pays attention to both areas more. That's a lot of Marines. The tank is firing at a barracks. The production, though, is being called for Polt. Is that really going to play a huge part? I mean, he's down to how many barracks?
Major's almost mined out of his main, though, which is really weird to consider. 3 barracks is pretty good for 1
base.
Yeah, but Major's not going to be able to keep producing for long. Look at this. He's got 4 mineral patches left.
Can he just lift and he goes somewhere else? But does he have any Marines cover that tank? Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, he goes for the dive. He goes for the dive. He takes it. He takes it. Looks good for Polt. Picks up. Backs away. He'll be able to recoup.
So beautiful for that tank.
This has been fantastic so far. The way this has played out, and I can't believe that it's still at this point. But Major's gonna go for a pretty big doom drop and Polt.
Ramp. He needs to siege immediately. Get on that ramp. He's not gonna be able to get up the ramp.
Polt's gonna take some fire going up that ramp, but he's still got a lot of Marines to focus that tank down. He's got more Marines than Major has Marines, but Major has those upgrades. And every single time that makes his Marines better, but the numbers for Polt reproducing that production value, he's going to win this fight, and this might just be what wins in the game, because he's still got to drop on the other side of the map ready to go.
If he had 2 tanks instead of just the 1,
oh my god.
Would have been so much better.
Yeah, there's no question. Polt doesn't come up that ramp. Polt dies coming up that ramp.
I can't believe they didn't work. Maybe
Okay,
Major.
he's gonna float over and try and take his natural, but again,
Makes sense.
It
That's funny.
really splits his defenses. Oh
Like
no, these
18
Marines! Oh no!
is pretty perfect for gasless mining base.
Agreed. Polt though is starting to get tanks out, and this is the problem. I think for the entirety of this game, we've seen like what, 1 or 2 tanks out of Polt. 1 tank period. He's only ever had 1 tank plus this 1 tank that's alive this whole game. So now that he's getting some tanks out, this is where he starts getting a bit of an advantageous position. But at the same time, man, you're kind of screaming in your mind like, Polt, expand, please. Just try and take a base, get extra economy. But has he judged well enough what's going on? Both players have seen what's left of each other's bases, right? Polt's seen the production of Major. Major's seen the little production of Polt. I mean, there's a lot of ways each of them has a distinct advantage in this game. It's no longer even. Polt's production kicks ass. Major's production kicks ass, but his income sucks in comparison.
We have a drop from Polt going up to the left side. You know, Major is reinforcing at home. This is something that if he had done the very first time we saw the drop against drop, he'd probably be in a much better position, but yeah, better late than never, I suppose.
I think this fight goes so much in the favor of Polt every single time. Major's got to be careful with this army of his. Biding his time, waiting in the north, waiting for a safe opportunity to go in there. He doesn't want to fly that into a turret and 7 Marines and lose it for nothing.
I'm not sure what Major can hope for here. I mean, usually in this situation, it's someone hoping that a second command center they'll have enough time to use it. But it's 1 base versus 1. Polt's always had the bigger bank, more money. So Major's just pretty much waiting for a doom drop. He catches in the middle of the map again. Like, time is not on his side. He needs to catch that.
Little bits here, picking up supply depots, blocking Polt, catching Polt out of position. I mean, as long as Polt's siege tanks are siege like this is the perfect line to just have Marines funnel in and die. So if he just focuses his defense, if he doesn't get drawn away by this medevac by too much, if he doesn't get distracted by the baits, I think Polt's quad drop wins this game.
Yeah, I'd say for sure at this point. There's nothing to kill it. That's going to be enough Marines. The tanks on siege will still trade out well enough, I would say.
In fact, it'd almost be worse if they get caught unsieged and try to siege, because the time it takes to siege might not be worth it, but they're going for the base trade again, and this time Polt's got a lot more going for him. So I think, well, Major's got a head start, though, because he's already on Polt's side of the map. Can Polt fly a building to the corner? Can he hide in the side of the map while he tries to kill Major? I mean, this goes poorly for both players. Either way, we may have a rare instance where there's a stall.
Yeah, there might be a tie. The commander is
well, actually, Polt's not lifting,
gonna die. Polt needs to realize both players need to lift. We already have a building lifted, just the starport for now for Major. There he goes, lifts up everything.
Nobody can build Vikings.
Oh, he's going for the Banshees. He's going for the Banshees.
I don't know if the Banshee's gonna cut it. He'll need a Viking to kill the buildings.
No, Major can get a Viking. Major should get a Viking.
That's what I'm saying. Major's gonna go for Banshee with his tech lab. He's just got a command center out there.
Yeah.
Polt, you can bring this back and repair it. He's gonna have this burn in the corner. Why? Polt, no, turn around. It's too late. He's busy attacking on the other side of the map, trying to catch all these Raxes before they fly away. He doesn't have the money to build anything. He can't start producing again. If this command center burns down, that's it. Polt's got only what's available to him.
He realizes it. But it's gonna burn down anyways.
It is gonna burn down anyways. Major starts mining on the other side of the map. If he gets supply block, though, that may not matter. But a Banshee, while it can go a long way, there's no detection for Polt. The command center's gone.
Yeah. Well, it can go a long way until it runs out of energy.
Yeah, that's true. But
that's a lot of Marines for it to kill. That is a big job.
Right now, Polt has to get on top of that before Major builds a Viking.
Oh, he sieges the tanks.
I get some good shots with it too. Obliterates a squadron of Marines.
Okay, take it back. But this still is a case where Polt he literally can't win unless he kills his command center, and if Major lets that happen, oh my.
Major can't build a Viking now, though, so this could very well be a stall. This could be a tie. Looks like he will barely get the command center. It's gone.
Oh my god.
And
That's a tie.
It's a tie. Unless somebody does something stupid and yields, it's a tie. I guess we'll have to speak with the admin about this, because we don't cast a lot of ties on Base Trade TV, and I don't know what the rulings are for instances like this. But this is 100% a tie, because there's going to be the timer where it ticks, and either you kill a building or you produce something or you're screwed. Major has no SCVs, so he can't build anything with the 500 minerals he has. It's a draw. They both realize it. What a game! What a game! We're gonna have the rematch, guys. GG.